Welcome back to the Dot course, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to name a variable and the do's and the don'ts. Right, so this is going to be a relatively short video, but it's quite essential. So as usual, let's go ahead and create a new class, and let's call this for_naming variables. So when I tell you guys to create these file names, just stick with me because it's going to help you as a reference material later on. After you finish this course, let's say you're doing some project but then you just forget something, you can always go back and look. And I highly recommend you to write comments for yourself so that you can use them as notes, right? Because you're not going to be seeing this video again most probably, and writing notes is a handy way of collecting your thoughts in a place, right? So as usual, let's go ahead and create our main method. Right, so in this I'm going to be let's just create two variables before I begin my talk. So var name is equal to Rahul. Yep, so that's going to be our experiment variable. So rule number one, a variable can't begin with a number. Alright, let me demonstrate. So let's just put 1 here. As you see, it says undefined name, and you see this little red arrows, right? So as you've noticed, it's an error. So this is not allowed, starting with a number. But then numbers are permitted after the first letter. For example, I can put it here and see it's perfectly fine, or after the word also. Alright, so that comes to our second point. Numbers can be placed after second letter, after first letter, by the way. Now let me come to the next rule. You can't split the name of the variable. I can't say my name, right? A variable needs to be a single word. So the best thing I could do is either close the space or put an underscore. I prefer using an underscore because it makes it more readable. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. That comes to our next rule. No spaces between variable names. It's got to be a single word, right? So next we're gonna go towards the usage of symbols in the variable name. So we can use only two symbols, the dollar and the underscore. As you probably realized, we just used it. So yeah, so let me just demonstrate that again. So we can place it ahead and behind and anywhere in between, so that works. Similarly, for a dollar, you can place it in front, towards the end, then in between too. We can also mix these, as you see, I'm going crazy on this, and let's add some numbers to make it even crazier. So as you see, it's probably the craziest variable name you're ever going to see, because we've combined all the non-readable symbols together. So there you have it, the do's and the don'ts of naming a variable. And yeah, no challenge for this time, but then feel free to just go ahead and experiment around these. Try different combinations and see if it actually works, if you don't trust me, which you should, by the way.